Hello, everyone, and you're very warmly welcome to this podcast on Narc Con. And if you are listening to this on audio, my co-producer or co-worker has transferred position onto a more comfortable platform. So, without further ado, let's get into the title of the podcast and work our way through it. 8 things a narcissist requires from a perfect partner. Someone who they would consider a perfect source of narcissistic supply. This is a question I know I had myself when I started off that long journey quite some years ago. You know, if I wanted to get back with the narcissist, which is something that goes through a lot of people's minds when they've been cruelly discarded and they cannot understand why the relationship has come to this, and are seeking closure or seeking a revival of the relationship until we become more familiar with what has actually happened to us and the fact that nobody can have a successful relationship with a narcissist without getting badly burnt or destroyed. So I'll go through 8 things that would make you a perfect partner for a narcissist. And if you can include anything further that you think I've left out, please do so in the comments. The other question people have is when a narcissist goes off to a new source of narcissistic supply, and that is, generally in the romantic relationship, we would look at ourselves and make a comparison with the new person that the narcissist has gone off to, and look at ourselves in a kind of a derogatory way, which is what the narcissist wants you to do, and wants you to feel jealous and envious of the new person who is measuring up to the perfect partner for a narcissist. Nobody wants to be a perfect partner for a narcissist. But there are a lot of good qualities that I'm going to go through now that narcissists look for in people. They look for quality people, and I've been told that directly by an ex-narcissist. You're a quality person. So they do recognize the qualities, but they can't bring them to the fore to tell you in the end that you were better than they were and therefore they had to leave you, that you were superior to them and that wouldn't compute with their narcissism. But in the end, superior as you were, if they couldn't control you and couldn't acquire narcissistic supply from you, then you're finito for the time being. So the 8 points I have here, the crucial, the one most important point I will leave to the end because it flows like that so that it's more understandable to do it like that. I'm putting that point at the end, what is actually the one main quality a narcissist requires in you. And I'm sure if you've been on this channel for some time, you will already have guessed what it is. So let's get started. The first thing, a narcissist looks around them and they obviously don't want to be on their own. It's much more beneficial to have somebody in their lives, and they require that. It's essential. It's narcissistic supply. So whatever walk of life they're from, whatever age they are, they're generally on the lookout for someone to capture or target. Excuse me. The narcissist actually nearly interviews people to see, are they going to stand up to what the narcissist requires from them before making a decision to commit to that person. So narcissists can go through 3, 4, 5 different people, giving them a tryout. And if those people fail the critical test, the narcissist will not commit to them. Oftentimes you won't hear about this. You'll hear the narcissist has gone off and is not having a relationship at all, is all on the Romeo. That, my friends, is not true. They will be on the internet dating sites. They will have somebody in the background, or they will be chatting to an old source of supply. But you won't know about that until the narcissist is ready to commit, i.e. he's going to employ, or she's going to employ, the new partner or the new supply, as we call people here, because that is the way the narcissist views people. The first thing the narcissist will look for in the perfect partner is a benefit package. What's going to come with this job? Because it is a job to the narcissist, the extraction of narcissistic supply from you. What benefits are you going to bring to the narcissist? And that can be a plethora of things. That can be financial benefits, even if the narcissist is financially secure. Fantastic if they can use your finances and continue to save, or, keep their own somewhere secure for when they discard you or you leave them. But by God, they're going to be using those benefits if that's one of the criteria they've used to choose you. They're going to manipulate those financial assets out of you. Whether it's, hey, let's start a new business, great ideas. You've got great ideas. Let's do this. Oh, my money's tied up at the moment. But look, we'll use yours, and then, when mine isn't tied up, then we can work it out. All these kind of little tricks and manipulations will come your way subtly, so that there'll be no red flag. It'll be mixed in with a lot of loving, a lot of promising, a lot of future faking. In any case, benefits. The other benefit is, are you going to be, would you do a lot of housework for them? Would you take them to their hospital appointments? Would you mind their children for them when they had custody of them? What benefits can you bring to the narcissist to make the narcissist's life easier, so that they don't have to take responsibility, take financial responsibility, take childcare responsibility, take whatever responsibility? You're going to do that. So if you are willing to take on duties, etc., that would be seen as a benefit and would lead into you being a perfect partner for a narcissist. The big benefit that a lot of narcissists look for, and again, anytime I do a podcast on how does it end for the narcissist, a lot of people, not a lot, but you get some people in the comments saying, oh, well, I know a narcissist and they're in a great position and it ended fine for them and everything. That may be the case in some circumstances. And again, narcissists are masters and mistresses of illusion. So you can think that they've had a great life and they're in a great position when you do not know what's going on in the background. Having said that, a lot of narcissists, because of their magical thinking, because of their bad relationship outcomes, because they walk away from good situations, because their past catches up with them, because they become unhealthy because of their addictions and the way they live their lives, because they live their lives in such a chaotic way, they get stressed and they get sick. I'm not saying this doesn't happen to everybody else as well, but the majority of narcissists do end up in less than favorable situations. They may look for housing. You look, when you meet somebody new, get a handle on where they're at in life, how they're situated. Of course, you're not going to rule, loving somebody out because they don't have a property or a house or whatever. But it is an indicator. Why don't they? What happened to them? Make a judgment, because if you're the one that has a house, they don't have a house, and they have the other criteria of a narcissistic way about them, a feeling you get from them, or things that you observe about them or their past. and you have a house and they don't, that's a big benefit, and it could sway you over another person being chosen as the perfect partner for a narcissist. Now, the other things will come into play as well in relation to putting you on a higher pedestal for the choice, for the picking, for the number one. And again, these all add up and lead up to the very last point, which is crucial. Don't matter if you don't have, you may have the 7 points, but if you don't hit the criteria for the 8 point, the next person may be chosen who only has 4 of the perfect partner points. Number 2 is, how easy would you be to isolate? How easy would you be to isolate? And this often happens. This happens more often than not. A narcissist will ask you to leave the area you're familiar with, to leave your family and support system. They may start off the relationship in a long distance forum, ask you to move states, ask you to move continents. It is much more preferable for a narcissist to get their source of supply isolated so that they can be the only support, only giver of validation, only punisher, only manipulator of that person, who is then very reliant and dependent on the narcissist, and who can be subsequently controlled so much easier. So, are you willing to move state? Are you willing to change country? Are you willing to go against your family? Do you have family issues that you've spoken about to the narcissist? Can the narcissist use that angle to isolate you against your family? Number 3, character trait acquisition. If you present as a popular, loving, kind, generous, well-liked person who maybe is well thought of in the community, who has contacts in a certain line of work, who would reflect well on the narcissist, basically. You know the old saying, look at the person's friends to see who the person is. Can the narcissist piggyback up on your good character? Will that glow shine on them and people make a judgment about their character based on your character? Will that kind of create an illusion around the narcissist that if somebody like you is their partner and has chosen them, well, they must be dang good. There must be something good about them, even though people were a bit kind of, not sure about that guy, or I'm not sure about that gal. But look, she's with Jim or Jack or Mary or Paula or whatever. And well, look, if I know them, they have integrity. I like them. If they like them, that's good enough for me. And that is a serious bonus for a narcissist. Without having to do any work in getting to know people, there's already a level of acceptance there for them because of your character trait, character trait acquisition. You reflect well on them without labouring that point. This character trait acquisition as well is something that they will study you and look at how people look upon you. And if they see that there's something that you do that is well accepted by people, that is well thought of by people, they will take that ability from you or idea from you or whatever it is that they're going, that works. I wouldn't mind that on my mask. I have a little spot here. I'm going to stick that character trait on there. That's mine now. That's who I am. I'm totally original. That's who I am. Paula didn't show that to me. John didn't show that to me. I was always this. And they actually then go on to delude themselves and believe that. So they're studying you. You are literally a study. You are to be harvested in every way possible that makes it beneficial for that narcissist to invest time in you. Number 4, the narcissist isn't going to be with somebody who isn't trusting or kind, because that's too much work. That is too much work. Narcissists can, I believe, nearly sniff a person's kindness and generosity. They can, to the nth degree, get the aroma of a person's character, because it is essential for their survival to be able to read the minutest of detail about people. So within 5 minutes, a narcissist can tell if somebody is going to trust people easily. Few little questions or just watching someone in action. It is that deadly. The observation, the radar, the narc-dar, as I've often said in podcasts. The narc-dar is out, and they will seek out people who are trusting, because that is a person that's going to be easier to manipulate. And kindness and generosity, obviously, if that's in your nature, that's going to be a big benefit for the narcissist, because you're going to be doing a lot of giving before you realize that you're being taken for a ride. Number 5. You know what I find? I find that a lot of people who reach a certain stage in life, and this is not exclusive, people will be taken in by narcissists at any and every age. But there's people who have maybe lived their lives and had good relationships and lost beautiful partners, or have gotten to a point where they even got rid of a narcissist and were surviving on their own for quite a number of years. And everything is in a good place now. And they feel maybe the children are raised. Maybe they have a bit more financial security and freedom they've worked damn hard for. And they kind of feel, well, maybe it's time for me now, and maybe I can be open to love again. When you are so open and so willing to put yourself out there and so willing to try and so willing to trust, that is perfect for a narcissist. Awful as it is, you've been out of the scene for a number of years, you feel it's time again to dip your toe in, and along comes the spider. These are all good qualities, guys. These are all lovely human qualities. And the more delicious and beautiful the human and humanity in the person, the more the narcissist is drawn towards you to try and feed off you, eliminate your humanity, and make it so that their way of living life is right. They always continually loop into kind human people are weak. My way to ravage, to destroy, to take, to steal is strong. And that's the way to live life. To bully people, to humiliate people. That's the way to live life. So guard your humanity around these creatures. They look for good human beings. Number 6 of the 8 things a narcissist requires for their perfect partner. You're uneducated about the fact that there's a personality disorder called narcissistic personality disorder that has a lot of variations and a lot more connotations, part of the dark triad. And the dark triad is not just this fantastical group of people that are psychopaths and that we see in Netflix thrillers. They're actually walking amongst us, disguised as caring, nice guys and gals disguised as real human beings with empathy. So if you haven't had the misfortune, even early in life or, at some stage in life, to come up against one of these creatures and get bitten, and then understand that not all human beings are the same. I mean, we start in our lives, we're told, we're educated in thinking this is the way human beings think, this is good and this is bad. But essentially all human beings think the same way, and that is not the case. That is definitely not the case, and we need to teach our children that the majority of human beings think a certain way, but that there is a high percentage of human beings that are part of a dark triad. And to learn the symptoms, to learn the signs of one of these people, and to listen to your own instinct, your own ancient brain, when it alerts you to the fact that this person is not normal. Number 7, it is perfect for a narcissist if you have been brought up with a narcissistic parent. And I was just talking with a client recently, and he described to me the dynamic between his parents as he was growing up. And I'm sure he wouldn't mind me giving you that a summary of that without any identification of the person themselves. And this is the perfect schooling for the perfect partner of a narcissist. You have one parent who's a narcissist, and you have the other parent who facilitates that, who basically tells the children how to work around this person and, how to comply, and to learn that when you're told to do something and your mom or your dad tells you to do it, you must do it. That's just the way, in fact, in this person's case, that's the way women are. That's the way women are. It was your mum who was the narcissist. And this is the way men have to be with women. I mean, you start out in life like that, and you meet a narcissist and you comply and you do everything the narcissist wants because that's what you saw growing up. And you were told that that was actually healthy and that was okay. And this is what men do, or this is what women do. And this is a normal relationship. You've no other point of reference. So if you've gone to narky school when you were a child, nothing to do with anything of being your fault, you just happened to landed in a narc nest, then you are ready to go. You're going on to senior school or high school, and you're going to meet that narcissist out there in life. And until you get the education, or until you learn to value and love and respect yourself enough to know that this ain't right, this is not right, this is not acceptable. We're not born on this earth for one person to destroy and dominate another person. We don't have those roles. So I'm sorry, I get a bit feel quite deeply about this, especially the children who grow up and aren't taught anything other than given the wrong picture, the wrong role models. However, children that are brought up like that do meet a narcissist, that get awakened, by God, you'd want to see them go. You would want to see them go when they get awakened and understand their value in life and the fact that there are a cohort in life that are part of the dark triad, and you don't have to put up with that, and that you can go on to thrive after the relationship. So these people that are born into narc nests, as I call them, have a high tolerance for being treated poorly by a narcissist. And a narcissist just loves that, because you're going to keep going, you're going to keep trying. You think that this is normal, and you keep, trying harder and harder and harder, because that's the only way you've ever learned how to get love. That's the only way you've learned how to get validation, compliance, and trying harder. Which leads me to the 8th and the essential quality a narcissist looks for in the perfect partner is compliance. Is the ability to easily manipulate and control that individual. Because it doesn't matter about the fact that you might have all the goodies the narcissist is looking for. You might have the house, you might have the money, you might have the career, you might have the contacts, you might be prepared to go to another country to be isolated. It ain't and don't matter unless the narcissist finds you easy to control. They will pick one of the other people that they were grooming alongside of you, and believe you me, that is happening or does happen. The new supply is in for the same ride you were in for, or you experienced, maybe even worse. The whole agenda of the narcissist is to be able to access the goodies easily. If you put up boundaries and put up a fight, that to the narcissist is too much work, and it also significantly impacts their mask and their view of themselves. They cannot have anybody say no to them, say that they're wrong, say that there's a better way, say that you need to be treated better. Because their narcissism is set up to tell them that they're the best, that they're entitled, and that they deserve anything and everything they want with no opposition. Do not oppose me would be their war cry. Do as I say, not as I do. Do everything I say, when I say it, how I say it, and don't give me any blowback. And the next podcast we're going to do is going to be on the dictatorship of a narcissist and how they perceive themselves in an ideal situation. So this is about the ideal partner or the perfect partner for a narcissist. The next is going to be how they would actually like it to be if they could order a life, how they would like people to be with them. So I hope that's of help in relation to the perfect person for a narcissist. There is nobody better than you that a narcissist will choose in terms of your beauty, your humanity, and any quality that makes you you and unique. Narcissists are machine-like in their decisions about people, and they see people as machine-like providers of narcissistic supply. So don't want to be a machine for another person. And don't think that because they chose another person over you, that machine is any better. It's nothing to do with you as a person. It's just what you can provide or supply for a narcissist. That's it, folks. That's as simple and as awful as it is. Take very good care of yourselves. I'm going to see you again very soon. Bye for now.